ask you this. Do you have notes in your phones of things you're gonna do, but you haven't done it yet? Hey girl, welcome back to my channel, and as you know from the title, we're talking about how to be self-disciplined, how to get self-disciplined, how to discipline yourself. Because let's be honest, we all have days, months where we literally let everything fall by the wayside and we just don't care anymore. Like or life just starts happening and you just like, what? So I'm sharing with you 8 ways you can be more self-disciplined. Number 1, choose to act. Or in other words, to do what you should be doing. A lot of times we already know what we're supposed to do, and yet we find ourselves not doing it. You know, when you said you wanted to lose 10 pounds, so you know you have to meal prep, so you know you have to grocery shop, so you know you have to go to the gym, so you know you have to wake up early, and yet we find ourselves not doing it. Don't wait till you feel motivated, till you feel a spark, till you feel, oh yeah, today's the day. Like, don't wait to be in a good mood to get stuff done. You already know what you need to do. Your choice right now is to act. You need to begin to choose to act on these things that you want to do in your life, period. Number 2, decide to keep going. Now, hear me out. I know y'all like, wait, hold up. I want practical step. We got to work on the mind first. This is a mind game. Like, mind over matter is a real thing. You have to decide to keep going and also decide to finish what you started. A lot of times, including myself, I get an idea, I get excited, I start it and never finish it. Let me ask you this. Do you have notes in your phones of things you're going to do, but you haven't done it yet? Yeah. You have to decide to not allow yourself to give up when you're halfway done. Like, you're almost done. Like, you're right at the crossing. Like, you giving up on yourself is allowing yourself to not see things through, and that becomes a habit, and a bad habit at that. You don't want that. In order to be more disciplined, you have to see things through. You have to finish what you started. Even if it's hard, you gotta keep going. Number 3, be honest with yourself and call yourself out on the bullshit. Like, for real, call yourself out. You be quick to call somebody else out when they lie, when they show up late. But when the last time you called yourself out when you was late? I'll wait. Like, we hold ourselves to such low standards that, like, it's hurting you. You need to decide, hey, yo, we not doing this no more. You need to look at yourself in the mirror and be honest. What is that one thing you keep doing that you know you need to stop doing? A lot of times when you make excuses for yourself, it's often a cover for not wanting to do something you should be doing already. So do yourself a favor and be honest with yourself. Number 4, plan ahead. Like, staying organized is what's going to help you be disciplined. And staying organized can mean a lot of things. It can mean getting a planner, getting a Google Calendar, writing things down, breaking things into smaller chunks. Say, for example, you want to write a term paper. The first thing you need to do is research the topic. Next thing, make an outline. Next thing, make a draft. Next thing, make a final edit. Then get somebody to read it through. Like, those little steps are little chunks you can do throughout the week or throughout the 2 weeks until the paper is due. That is how you can literally take a bigger task and make it into smaller things to actually complete it. You know how they say, the best way to eat an elephant? One bite at a time. That's literally the best way to take care of your homework, your projects, breaking them up into smaller steps that are attainable and manageable. You want to plan ahead, break down large goals into smaller goals, put them on a calendar, put them on a to-do list, and check them off daily. This is honestly the best way to complete any project or goal you have written down. Number 5, remind yourself like how great it will feel when you complete something. Like, something I utilize all the time when I'm working out is motivating myself to know, yo, after I work out, I can eat. Because a lot of people don't know, technically you're supposed to be having a post meal after you finish working out, whether it's a smoothie or your favorite like snack or whatever the case may be. That is motivation. Allow yourself to think about how good you're gonna feel in that moment. You finish something and then bam, like it's never as bad or as hard as it seems. It's all in your mind. So you need to break yourself out of that. Just take the first step. Just say, I'm gonna walk for 5 minutes, and you see yourself end up walking an hour. Just say, I'm going to write 1 page, and see yourself begin to write 2 to 3 pages. Like, it's just those small steps that you have to allow yourself to see and feel. Yo, it's gonna feel so good when I get this book done. It's gonna feel so good after I run 3 miles. And even try to give yourself like little like treat at the end of it, because rewarding yourself will help a lot too. And they don't have to be something you spend a lot of money on. Like, it could just be something small, like watching your favorite TV show or getting your favorite frozen yogurt, like whatever the case may be. But you want to remind yourself how great you feel when you have achieved and reached those goals you set and your life becomes better. Like, we always think, oh my God, how does this person have that life? Imagine how hard they had to work, how much discipline they had to put in. It all requires discipline in the beginning. So think about that. Number 6, distinguish what's important. Because I feel like we make to-do lists, especially me, like we can make to-do lists forever. But then we'll look into to-do lists and be like, oh my God, where to start? You need to prioritize what's important, what matters for your future, and what really don't have an impact in your life. It's just something you wanted. For example, making content or studying for my exam. Right then and there, studying for my exam is more important than making content, because at the end of the day, I'm in school temporary. I will be finished if I make sure I pass all my classes. Then I have all the time in the world for making content. Right now, the content is secondary. Make priority lists so that way you know what to focus on and what you can hold off on for now. Number 7, try not to be distracted by the things that eat up your time. Like, when I mean eat up your time, I'm talking about Netflix and chill. I'm talking about spending hours and hours on TikTok, spending hours scrolling on Instagram, like, being on these forums, being on Twitch, on Switch. It's one thing to take a break from life and just indulge, but it's another thing to binge watch. And now that streaming services is like the main way we watch TV, and our phones are always in our hands, like, we tend to kill time and not even realize. It's happened to me. Like, I spend 3 hours on TikTok and I don't even know how. Even with school, in the beginning, the way my classes were, I ended up meeting people and then I found myself killing time. Now with my new schedule, I don't know nobody. And I think the Lord did it for a reason, because I realized my time is limited. I need to make sure I'm getting the things that I need to get done. And with me also utilizing the resources on campus, that's going to take time. I don't have time to hang out. And it's not to say, again, you can't hang out. It just means you have to use your time wisely. If you're looking to achieve your goals and to change your life, especially if you're looking to change your life and your life is not looking the way you want it to look, that means now reanalyzing your time and where you're spending it at. Number 8, hang out with other people. And I think this is big because we forget you are the company you keep. You want to hang out with people who are self-disciplined. You want to hang out with people who are putting in work in their life. Like, you can see it. Like, they're reading books, they're taking time to work out, they're studying. I've had it where literally I will just meet a friend to go in a cafe and work. Like, we're not talking to each other, we're just there. And I've learned recently it's called body doubling. Like, it helps you to become more productive because you have somebody right next to you present working. That's why a lot of people like coffee shops, to just go sit and work, because it is an environment where people are working, and that just motivates you. Being around that helps you so much, because it just triggers something in the brain where it's like, yo, they're working, let me work, I want to keep up with them. Like, surround yourself with people who are already self-disciplined. You will see how much you change by being around somebody who reads a lot, being around somebody who's prioritizing their health and their mental, and finding somebody like that will help you to understand the value of working hard now versus later. And even if you can't find a person in person, you can read books, you can look up other entrepreneurs, you can find out their background, their history. Like, a lot of times, when I want to know how somebody became successful, I look at what they used to do, whether it's a business mogul or a YouTuber. How I want to be successful on YouTube, I'll go back to the very first video they made, if it's still up, of course, and watch how they progressed into where they are now. Like, it is a motivating factor that will work out for your good. Being self-disciplined means sacrifice. And I think as individuals, we don't get that. And this is why I said it all starts in your mind. You have to retrain your brain to realize that doing these things is going to give you a better life. Doing these things will help you get the job of your dreams or allow you to build the business that you want. It's just a fact. It's just a fact. When you look at every single entrepreneur, when you look at every single business owner, they had to sacrifice something. So if you're looking to have the life of your dreams, you want freedom in your schedule, you want to be able to pick up your kids, or you just want to be able to travel, you have to discipline yourself now in order to see that the future you want happen. That's just the reality, and there's no way around it. Like, unless was born rich. Listen, I know you could do it. You just have to know you could do it. The more you believe in yourself, the more you talk to yourself, the more you just do these practices, it will change your life and it become automatic. These habits will be automatic and you'll be one step closer in having the dream life you want. So that wraps up today's video. Thank you so much for watching. You already know if you like this video, be sure to hit that like button. If you want to see more videos like this, be sure to subscribe. I hope this video is helpful. Please let me know some things you're doing in order to discipline your life in the comments below. As always, thank you so much for watching and I'll see you in my next video.